What's up, everyone? I'm Joe Lemon. Thank you so much for tuning into the podcast. So, if this is your first time jumping in on some of the content, you're in for a treat. This is the right way to start because I'm talking to Greg Todd today. And for those that aren't familiar, Greg Todd's a physical therapist that has evolved into a business coach, a real estate guy, as well as healthcare staffing. And man, this what we're talking about is business related, yes, but it's also talking about marketing strategies because he's done some content deals as well with like people like Brooks Running Shoes. But most importantly, this is about waking you up out of that 2020 slumber that a lot of us have been in. I was in it earlier this year. It's just a heavy year, man. I'm a guy that loves to bring positivity, try to bring my best self to every interaction that I have. But I mean, let's be clear. It's been a beast. It's been a little bit of a beast this year, I think, for a lot of us. And with that said, we're in it and you're still here if you're listening. So you might as well maximize your moments and tap into it. And we're talking a lot about bringing appropriate energy and appropriate amount of focus to what you do and not just doing it because it's what you do, but how you do it and showing up with the right insight and the right light so you can impact other people. Because at the end of the day, I forgot who said the quote, people don't care about how you like what you brought to the table, how you did it. It's more so about how you made them feel. So with that said, let's get into this ridiculous conversation with Greg Todd. Enjoy. A little bit about myself. For one, I remember watching you back in the day whenever I was in college at the University of Pittsburgh. And I'll never forget, I tell the story all the time too. It's like I was walking around with this 2.68 GPA, right? Because I believed in partying. I wasn't really big into, doing all the rest, trying to be focused. I was like, right. C's equal degrees. That's good enough for me to get through.
C's equal degrees. I like that.
I get this 2.68 and I'm just going to, roll on through, right? But I'll never forget, I was talking to my mom and she's like, so what are you going to do? What are you going to focus on? And I went to the physical therapy office and they needed like a 2.75. Now it's a whole lot more at Pitt because I already have a pretty good program. And so I was like, man, do I feel like retaking one of these courses so I can boost my GPA? I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep partying and I'll go with this marketing degree, because they only need like a 2.5. I was like, I'm in there.
Right.
And so I've always been a fan of physical therapy. Mm-hmm. I mean, I just think that it's where healthcare is really moving with this, movement of a preventive medicine movement being more holistic care. So you being one of the guys that I first came across was making content about running your own PT practice. So man, it's just an honor just to have you on the show, man.
Oh man,
Brave Todd. Appreciate it.
It's a blessing. It's crazy. It's like, it's so funny. I'm doing my thing, right?
Yeah.
And I just decided to document my life, you know what I mean? And just document, like, I just want to give people advice. I want to help people out and help them out in whatever way that I can, obviously within the parameters of, like, I have a life, you know what I mean? I got kids, I got my wife, I got this, got that, right? And, but a lot of the times I'm doing these things, I'm doing them alone, man.
Yeah.
I'm doing them alone. And you don't realize that you're helping people all over the world. It's just, like to me, it is still the craziest thing. Yeah. Like my assistant, she's here right now. Here, come on over here. And, she just told me, like she just told me that she sent out a care package to one of our new students in Australia. And as she's saying it, I'm like, how the hell we got people listening to us in Australia? It's just crazy. The whole thing is just crazy, man. It's really just cool. So crazy. So I don't, well, you can't heir it because I got the thing on, but he was telling me, he's like, man, I remember listening to you, when he was at University of Pittsburgh and he was listening like to my video. It just, I don't care how many people you help. It still baffles my mind that people actually listen.
We had people,
it's crazy.
We had people order shirts in Italy and Ireland, like all over. It's insane.
It's just so crazy. So you know what? I'll never, ever, ever take it for granted.
That's
and
awesome.
It don't matter how much people we help, how much money we make. It doesn't matter. Like, just being able to help people. I remember a time when we didn't have these things.
Right.
And I'm so thankful
I vaguely remember that moment. I vaguely
like,
remember.
like seriously, it is, yeah. Now I got like, you know, like, okay. It is just mind boggling to me. You know, it is mind boggling to me that like even just the other day, like my parents, my dad and my mom at separate times was like, son, I just heard episode 7 of your podcast. I love your stuff. You really inspired me today. And I'm just like, what the hell? My parent, like, what? I don't know, man. The whole thing is just, it just blows my mind.
I mean, man, look, you know, as a guy that's fairly new to this, I mean, I've only been doing about a couple years, maybe going close to about 3, but you've been doing it how long now, as far as making content?
I've been making content. So the truth is, I've been making content since 2007.
Yeah.
I've been making content since 2007 with my clinics.
Yeah.
When I was on my journey of weight loss and becoming, like, went from a hack runner to amateur level, sponsored by Brooks Runner.
Right on, man.
Like, you know, nationally, right? And so I've been doing it since 2007. And funny enough, you want to know what's so funny?
Please.
The crazy thing is that sponsorship with Brooks, right? When I got sponsored by Brooks, here I am thinking, shoot, man, because I'm an athlete, bro. Like, your boy is fast, man. Let me tell you, want to know why Brooks sponsored me? It sponsored me because I was putting out content.
Yes.
That's why they sponsored me. Now I'm about to put in my little brain, oh, it's because I'm like, man, I'm like, yo, man. I mean, I could have won the Olympics if I want. No, I could have won none of that. I was a average at best runner. Yeah. What they loved is the fact that I was putting out content and documenting my journey, and they knew that people were gonna follow me, and they saw people were following me. And later on, they told me the reason why we gave you the contract was more because of the followers you had on your blog than on your me out here busting my ass 4 o'clock in the morning trying to be some damn Kenyan. You know what I'm saying? Man, all I needed to do is just document my story. So anyways, I've been doing it since 2007.
Man. So you know what's wild about this is that you are clearly one of the OGs with it though, man. I mean, seriously. Yeah. Because 07, I mean, that's around the same time I was at Pitt. I graduated in 09, so it was right about that time whenever I started finding your actual content out there. And now it's the way. It's like nobody even thinks about trying to do any cash-based clinic or any type of service without thinking, what's my content strategy? Where am I going?
Exactly.
And the part that's a challenge with that, and this is where I think you'll be able to help people out, is like, okay, people understand that, right? People understand it. Gotta have the content strategy. Because I've worked in healthcare, more so helping clinics try to maximize how to go about getting cash-based clients. So small marketing stuff, but also with products. But so everybody understands that's like no brainer. But then where it becomes a challenge is how do you be yourself and authentic and not get into this selling mode through your content, and you're just producing real life activities that might be somewhat set up to be engaging. What obviously was your was your insight to say, I'm going to document me running. I'm going to document me dropping weight. I'm going to document me building the practice. Like, why'd you choose those things to kind of think that would be of any interest?
So here's the truth.
Yeah,
because please. I think a lot of times, like, this is what happens.
Yeah.
I probably got into like personal development in like 2012, 11, 12. I've been heavy into it for the last 8, 9 years. And a lot of times when you're reading these books, these business books and this and that, whatever, at least for me, when I started reading, I'm like, damn, I do that. Damn, I do that.
Yeah.
But I never really knew why I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of things that I do that I honestly don't even know the strategy at the time. I found it out later when I listened to some guru. Wow. I'm like, yo, I've been doing that forever. Like, oh, I didn't realize it did that. So for me, the truth is, the truth is that I did it because of this one particular situation. I'm excited about whatever it is that I'm doing. Like, whatever I do, I just get excited about it. So let's just take the running thing back in 2007. I'm a nearly 200-pound, 5'7" guy, and I'm here now, like, struggling to even get a quarter mile And now I'm getting to the point where I'm doing 5Ks and 10Ks and half marathons and full marathons. It took over my life. Now, I also happen to be a licensed physical therapist, right? Well, when I'm at the clinic, people say to you, how was your weekend? They tell me what they did. How was yours? Oh, I ran such and such and such, right? Mm-hmm. Well, guess what happened? What happened was that a doctor called me up, right? And by the way, he's actually my neighbor now. He actually lives, he has a little spot here down by the beach now, right? But back in the day when we used to work up that way, he said, Greg, this patient, this lady says, she actually just came into my office and she said how wonderful a service she got from your clinic. I said, well, thank you. That's fantastic to hear, great. She says, you talk about running too much. This is the honest truth, Joe. This is the honest truth. So she said, all he does is talk running. That's all he does. But he's an amazing physical therapist. He's fantastic, and his team is good. And he's a very, very, very nice guy. Yeah. So when he said that, so he actually gave me a recommendation. He said, can you not talk about running so much? You're annoying to patients. So that honestly was the reason why I started documenting it. It's because when you're excited about something, you want people to know. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to bore people that don't want to know. So I'm going to put it in a blog. And whoever wants to know, go over there. And that is the truth. That is the truth.
I mean, man, there's a ton of value behind that though, right? Because what you're saying is that you're not faking the funk. You're not trying to orchestrate something. There was this genuine joy that was in you. And you're like, I just got to get it out. So I
just got to get it out there.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. The thing is that I think what people don't understand is that everything's about energy.
Okay.
Everything is about everything's about energy, bro. Everything's about energy. So the reason why people act on anything is energy. Okay? It's just physics, man. An object in momentum stays in momentum. 100%. It is very hard to get an object in. Okay. So when you have great energy, and if I put that energy on you, you are going to deflect that energy back on me. Now, you might not be excited about running. Okay. But if you see that, man, this guy gets excited about stuff. Now you're going to tell me, yo, gee, this is what I'm excited about. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. So one of the things that people really don't understand is that most people just don't have any passion about anything.
Wow.
Okay. So when people see, there are many people that were excited to hear about my running exploits. Okay. Or excited to hear about my business exploits. But there's a lot of people that are like, you know what? I could give a crap about his running, or I could care less about his business, or I could care less about his family or whatever. But what people can unequivocally say about me is the guy has energy. And whenever I listen to him, he is excited and he excites me. Half the time I don't even know why. And that's so when you have energy, that's all it is, bro.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So what you have now, the trick is, how can you use the things that you're excited about and potentially play it into what you also do for a living?
Yeah.
Okay. Like whatever you do for a living. Right now on Instagram, where you see a lot of my stuff. In the mornings, I'm giving y'all insights after I work out. Okay. What the heck does that have to do with business? No, bro, what I do is I understand energy is everything. So what I do is I don't give y'all any information until after I've done my workout, which garners even more energy. Now I've just gone through a struggle. I've done my workout, I'm either lifting or I'm boxing or do whatever I'm doing, right? Okay, after that, now I'm like, all right, let me go disperse the energy on the people. And that's what the people are attracted to. They want the energy, bro. That's all it is. It's just energy.
Dude, I'm not sure if you understand how major it is. It's such a simple concept.
It's everything. It's so simple.
It's a simple concept. But whenever we're talking to different people about what they want to put out into the world, into the atmosphere, we should be more so even talking about how are you showing up with that information,
right.
or
that's all it is.
Whatever, right?
Look, okay, if we talk about marketing right now,
come
on,
15
please. Years ago, you weren't into no marketing?
No.
Right? No. Okay, so the reality is that okay, I'm a physical therapist. I don't even treat anymore, but I have clinics here. You know, I got 3 clinics. Okay, cool. All right, I got a virtual staffing agency in the Philippines. I'm a business coach. This place right here is one of my rentals down here at the beach. Okay, you might be interested in one of those 4 things that I mentioned. You might not be interested in any of them. Right. What if, okay, but you love my energy. You love my energy. So what happens, God forbid, you hurt your ankle and you happen to be in the Tampa Bay area? What's the first thing you go think about? Me.
Yeah, hitting you up. Yeah.
Okay, great. What if you're like, you know what? I need to grow my digital marketing business and I need some help, and I'm not ready to hire in-person people. Well, because my energy attracts you and my energy brings out even more energy in you, when that time actually comes up, you're going to be like, yo, that's my guy. So I think people think that they got to talk about their service and their product all day long. Nobody wants to hear about that. And the truth is that none of us are obsessing over that every day. But you know what we're obsessing over? We're trying to bring the energy. Every single day, especially in 2020, we have been hit down. We have been punched in the mouth.
Yeah.
Every single day, people are trying to make the decision. Do I even bother get up today?
Oh, man.
Like, should I even bother?
Yeah.
Literally, that has, and by the way, this summer, I took my first ever, I'm talking 3 months off of business, totally.
What?
Now,
wait, really?
I took 3 months off of business, totally. I've been planning it. I was planning it before even the pandemic. I said, you know what? Like, it's a sacrifice what I do, helping thousands of people, doing all those things. I got my wife, I got my 4 kids. They're like, Daddy, this summer, we want you. And then when the pandemic hit, I was just like, yo, I got to do this. So I took off the entire summer. Right? And I say that, huh?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
what was the insight that you got from being down like that?
Yeah.
Or just having that downtime?
Okay, well, this is the thing. While I was during the summer, we had all the racial tension. We had the pandemic. We had this. Even for me, who's the king of energy, I had no energy. There were days where I was like, do I even want to get up? And I'm like one of the most optimistic, positive dudes there are.
I'm right there with you. Yeah.
Okay. Like, I mean, I was just like, man, I was just sleeping today, man. Yo, man, I didn't want to bother with all that, man. Shoot, I'm going out on my boat all day, man. The hell with all that, man. You know what I'm saying? It just very lackluster. I just wasn't having it. So my point is that I know that people, like, sometimes we make things too damn complicated. People just trying to decide, do they even want to do life today? You know what I'm saying? And I know that if I can give you a word of encouragement, if I can bring you energy, that might be the difference with you actually going after it today and not going after it. And then when you do need maybe one of the services of my businesses, you're going to remember me forever. It's a wrap.
Man, you know what? I'm really glad that you called it out too, because you're absolutely right. I'm a firm believer in things are either going up or they're going down. You know what I mean? It's like either you're thriving and you're living, or you got this slow, steady decline into dying. And, you know, unfortunately, we don't call it what it is, right? When you start getting into these places, you know, I'm just not feeling it today. You know what? I just want to watch Netflix all day.
Right.
Like, I just want to kind of sit back. I used to work out hard, but now I just want to sit back and kind of just go for a walk. I don't want to go do the mileage that I was doing before. And it's this slow, hypnotic type of rhythm that you get into that lulls you to sleep. And then you look up and 3-4 months later and you're like, I haven't done anything. I don't feel rested. I didn't accomplish what I was trying to accomplish. I put all these goals out. I didn't do any of the goals. And it's like it hits you like a ton of bricks later. And then you're probably in a place where it's deep and hard to get out of, right? But so catching yourself early enough to be either saying, hey, I need the rest. I'm taking the rest, but it's purposeful, meaningful rest that I'm going to take, or you fight. Right. Or you fight your way to kind of get out of it, right?
You got it.
And you bring energy to the things that actually matter the most to you. So I think it was actually something that's really, really important to bring up, man. Yeah.
Bro, look, we could go all day with this because I'm telling you, I learned so much stuff this summer. Because you know what's so funny? What's so funny is people think that the goal in life is to get to retirement. People think that, what if every single day I could just do whatever I want? I could wake up whenever I want. I can do this. I can do that. People think that's what they want. They have no idea that that's not what they want. Let me tell you something, brother. I am 43 years old.
Dive into it. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
I don't have to work another day in my life. I don't have to. But I realized something after the summer of getting what I thought I wanted. I get to work another day. I realized this. I realized that if I'm not doing these things that I'm about to tell you, I'm not right. Here's what I love to do. This is what I need to do. If I'm not focusing on my health every single day, if I am not growing myself, I'm talking me growing, me putting something into this machine, this mind that is edifying it, that is purifying it, that is taking me to the next level, building up my skills, building up my mindset, etc. Growth, health and growth. Number 3, if I am not contributing, like right now, I'm here contributing, right?
Yes.
Bro, this is the best I felt all morning. This is the best I felt all morning. I feel great because I know that, look, if it's just me and you listening to the podcast and that's it, it's good. Because I'm like, I'm going to feed into this man today. Yeah, this man going to get my time. Who knows? It might be 50, 100, 150, 200, thousands of people listen. Okay? So contribution. So we talk about health, growth, contribution. Okay. If I am not making money so that I can actually focus on my health, focus on growing more, and actually forcing me to where it's like, not only are you going to make money, but your goal is to learn how to make money in less time. So it then becomes a game.
That's an important piece of the puzzle.
Oh,
there.
Yeah. No. It's not making money at all costs. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no. It is. I work an average of 10 to 12 hours a week. 10 to 12 hours a week. Yeah. I never work on a Friday. It's just because I wanted to do this.
Thank you, man. Yeah.
I never work on a Friday. So, that's it. And also, my neighbor has to redo my fishing rods for me, and it's that and he lives next door over here at this house. So I had to bring the fishing rods anyway. So I was like, let's make this all work.
This worked out well. Yeah.
It worked out good. So listen, if you're not focusing on your health, if I'm not growing, if I'm not contributing, if I'm not learning how to make more money in a shorter amount of time, which then stimulates growth and stimulates me to have to think of how to do this. If I am not focusing, next one, on my relationships, and if I'm not focusing on Greg Todd, forget about GT, forget about what I am to you, to my businesses, I'm talking Greg.
Right.
If I'm not focusing on loving Greg, looking in the mirror and being like, you know what? I love you and I love what you stand for. I love how you look. I love the type of person you are. I love your heart. That's called self-worth. If I'm not working on all those things every single day, I'm not at my best. Every day for me, it is about all of those components.
Well, man, so this brings us into the meat of the conversation, man. For one, thank you for sharing those. Honestly, this is something that I'm really interested in. Because the health component, obviously, and this flows really well too. You have thought about this. This is a very cascading model, right? Where if you don't have your health, other stuff doesn't work, right? So gotta have your health there. You're working on that. The personal growth aspect, right? Now we're starting to talk about, okay, I'm healthy. I can feel alive and excited to bring it back to some of the content that we're talking about trying to create. Right. Especially as healthcare providers. Right. Because I'm, as you guys know, most people are working a little bit harder, a little bit longer these days than what they probably plan to actually be doing. And so if you don't have that energy to when you show up to whatever you're trying to bring to the actual atmosphere, that content's probably going to fall a little flat because you'll probably be robotic. It might be great. And, might be some great info, research, whatever, but it's probably going to fall flat because it's going to lack the actual energy behind it. And then you flow it right into how you're giving something back with purpose, right? Something that's going to be of value to people and building a system, man. And this is what I think a lot of healthcare providers are struggling with right now. And people I'm talking to is that it's difficult to run a practice. You work in the practice, you manage the business on the back end, you do the hiring, the firing, make sure people are in the right place at the right time. And then you're also wearing yourself thin to where it's difficult for you to build out a scalable process that's going to make sense for you down the line, you and your family.
I think the reason why that's the case is because we're asking the wrong questions.
Okay.
When you don't ask the right questions, you will never get the right answer. Oh, so one of the things that we do, and I'm not just saying healthcare. I know we work in healthcare and we deal with a lot of healthcare people, but I think on a whole, people will ask themselves, well, how do I achieve this with my company? Mm-hmm. How do I get to 6 figures? How do I get to 7 figures? Mm-hmm. How do I get to 2 million a year? How do I get to this? And that's the wrong question. The question always, every single time you ask a question, it should have another aspect to that question, which is how do I do this in this amount of time? So you said, because just think about it. And now, so why is that so important? Because we've been indoctrinated, Joe. Mm-hmm. We've been indoctrinated that our worth is based off of our time. So when, I mean, just think about how many conversations you have with people and it's like, yo, dog, how you doing? Man, I've been grinding. We take honor in that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. People love it. It's a
man, man, I clocked in 90 this week, baby. I clocked in 90 hours. See, I think busy is the new stupid. You see, because so the thing is that we take honor in that as a physical therapist, right? My worth, especially if you're in insurance-based healthcare, your worth is always documented by the amount of time that you spent. It's not documented by the outcome. It's only documented by the amount of time. So we take worth in, I hired another person. Okay, well, how did you hiring that person make your life better? How did it make you work less? Actually, it's making me work more. Okay, see, you're asking the wrong questions. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Like I have an assistant, right? Okay, some people want an assistant so they can say, I have an assistant. Right. No, I got an assistant because I wanted to go down from 20 hours a week to 10 hours a week of work. Mm-hmm. Okay, mm-hmm. So we need to be asking ourselves, whatever it is that we're doing in our business, how can I do this in less time? How can I impact double the amount of patients in less time, in half the time? I'm not asking myself, how can I make 8 million a year? I'm asking myself, how can I make 8 million or 5 million or 2 million and working 10 hours a week instead of 20? Boom. Different questions get you different answers. So now you're like, wait. That means I have to become better at this. I have to become more efficient at this. Wait a minute. I don't even have to do this anymore. I need to get somebody to do that for me. Wait a minute. I need to spend all my time communicating to the masses and very little of my time actually doing individual things. If I'm going to be talking to anybody, it has to be one to many. Yeah. Is this making sense, bro? Is this making sense?
Man. I mean, man.
Bro, this is everything. If you can't do that, you gonna run out of time. There is no hack for getting 26 hours a day. It doesn't work. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you black, you white, you Elon Musk, you Bill Gates. It doesn't matter, bro. It don't matter. Everybody got 24. Mm-hmm. And I truly believe, a lot of my life and a lot of the principles I put in business are biblically based. Everything for me is about stewardship. It's about management. Mm-hmm. It's about how are we managing. Have you really thought about that? We all have 24. Yes. We all that's it. So some people, well, Greg, you have all these employees. Okay, well, there was a time I didn't have anybody. The first thing I had to do is I had to manage myself. Mm-hmm. I had no money. So you have to learn how to manage yourself. And then after you can manage yourself, then the Lord will provide you with one, not 100, one.
Yes. And
then we'll provide you with 2, only if you manage one good. Okay, I want to go from 1 to 10. Okay, you go right ahead. Oh, geez, I lost all of them. Yeah, because you didn't know how to go from 1 to 2. So I think the big thing is that we have to reframe the question that we're asking ourselves as healthcare professionals. We have to reframe the question. The question is not how can I work more? How can I make more? It's how can I do these things while honoring those other areas of my life? Relationships, my self-worth, my health, growing myself, contributing to others that don't have it as fortunate as me.
Right.
And if we figure those things out, then we realize, we have to be able to do this in less time. Now we're looking at people as assets. We're not looking at them as liabilities. Mm. We're giving them responsibility. We're making them managers over the thing that we have been provided management over. Okay. They are now sub-managers over it. When you start looking at things like that, everything changes. But I don't think a lot of healthcare, I just don't think people are looking at it like that on a whole, because I think people take a lot of their self-worth into how much they're actually destroying themselves and how much they're working.
Dude, wait, man, come on. We got a break here, but we got a break, bro. because no, man, this is the conversation that we're having with ourselves, though. Like, even if nobody else is I'm going to spread it. Trust me, because people need to hear this. But the conversation that we're having in our head becomes self-destructive to an actual point, right? And how we phrase the questions that we ask ourselves. How do we make more money without that time frame constraint on it? Then you're just like, well, it's up to me. If it's going to be, it's up to me, right?
It could go anywhere, mode, right? It could be, it's all up to me. It could be that, hey, you're actually going to compromise your values.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Come on now. Yeah. Come on now. It could be like, oh, wow, I could get a deal. I remember this. Joe, I want to tell you this. Mm-hmm. I remember in 2000. So I had started building out this online consulting business, right? Called Smart Success PT. And in 2006, it was the end of 2016.
That was the very first. Well, no. This is one of the actual later programs.
So 2000. Yeah. So SSPT. It's now called Smart Success Healthcare. Okay. But SSPT started in March of 2016.
Okay.
I've had now 9 seasons of that program. First season I got 10 people. Second season I had 17. And I remember the end of the second season was the end. It was literally this time, 2016, right? It's around November. Wow. And a company came to me and said, hey, we like what you're doing, man. We like what you're doing in healthcare. By the way, I'm just getting started now, nothing major. I'm not making gajillions of dollars or anything like that, with that business or anything like that. Yeah. And they were just like, hey, we want to present an offer to you to come and basically be the spokesperson for our company. Okay. Now they had 350 clinics. They're willing to give me a very sizable amount. Wow. Right. And they were willing to buy out that business at a 10x multiplier. Okay.
Wow. They gave you 10x.
10x because it's an online business, extremely profitable. And I don't even know if they were going to do anything with it, but here's what they wanted. They wanted me. So I was like, well, here's the deal. I was like, guys, so here's the deal. The deal is that I haven't answered to anybody in so many years. So I see y'all gone every weekend. Y'all at this conference. I was like, I ain't doing any of that. I was like, I'm a beach guy. I'm a water guy, man. I got to be home. Like, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like the beach is right there. I'm not. Yeah. Like, I'm just saying, look, that's just me. I was like, so can you guarantee that? No, you can't guarantee that. But look, we can give you. And I was like, well, that's where I think a lot of people sell their souls. They sell their souls. See, I wasn't willing to sell my soul for 10x anything if it was going to take away from all those things that I just talked to you about. Wait a minute, I can't be at my family. So what the hell was I working all these years as an entrepreneur for? To now give. So now there's a price for me. So now, okay, if you give me X amount of dollars, you can take me away from my family every weekend? Hell no. You see, I think that's the thing, Joe. I don't think people are asking themselves this: what's the price that you could be bought out for? Is there a price? I think a lot of people have a price.
Yeah, man.
A lot of people have a price. Bro, that's the thing. It's like, so if I say, yo, I can't be bought out. Like for me, I cannot be bought out.
Right.
So if I can't be bought out, well, guess what? I don't think a lot of people ask themselves that question, but I asked myself that question. I answered and said, I can't be bought out. So guess what? My self-worth increases. Now I realize, shoot, yeah, I'm worth millions because I can't be bought out. So yeah, of course my businesses should be making X amount of millions of dollars a year. Of course, because I can't be bought out. I think a lot of people never ask themselves that. So they're just like, all right, let me just keep on grinding. All right, I'm gonna make 6 figures. All right, let me just not find good ways to do it. Let me just do it the way that I'm always doing it. And they're in business year over year over year over year doing the same thing. Most people have been in business for 1 year. They've just repeated it 5 or 6 times in a row. Maybe 10, some people 20. I believe that I need to be in business 1 year, and I'm going to reinvent myself every single year. Every year, I take my business and I destroy them at the end of the year, and I redo them.
Dude, man, you're blowing my mind, man. Like, I'm serious, man. I mean, because these are the conversations that we're not having with ourselves around what values do we want to hold, what is truly important with our time, and how are we going to spend it, honestly, that you'll be happy with regardless of the outcomes, right? When you start having conversations like, can I be bought? And and some people walk and be like, yeah, 5 million, yeah, 25, 30. Somebody's got that. Somebody has that money for you.
And I ain't judging you.
No.
I mean, I ain't judging you. Like, yo, if you could be bought, whatever. Look, ain't nobody got to prove anything to me. I'm just saying for me, I realized the last time, oh my gosh, bro. I remember the last time I felt like I was bought. I actually had that feeling in 2017. It had been a long time since I felt that. And I don't know if it's like the like some repressed slave black thing in me. I don't know what it is, bro. I'm just keeping it real. Look, man, I keep it real. I don't know what it is, but I guess I must have come from the tribe of like the angry slaves.
Yeah. You on the run.
I just have a rebellious and like this. I'm a peacemaker,
of course.
But I feel like whenever someone's trying to hold a stranglehold over me, all of a sudden I get like, whoa, you can't do that. So let me tell you what happened. As you know, I'm a consultant, right?
Yes. Yep.
And before I really started to get into the online education, the way that I made most of my money as a consultant was actually doing consulting work for individual like software companies, whether it's EMR companies, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. So 2017 now, I've been asked by this company. I won't even name the company right now. I've been asked by this company to go to a big conference in Chicago called PPS. Okay, it's a private practice section for APTA, the American Physical Therapy Association. So they asked me to go to this conference, and I said, "No, man, I can't do it. Time is pressed." And they're like, "All right, here's the deal. We respect your time. We will fly you into Chicago. We'll fly you out first thing in the morning so you can get back home to your wife, your kids, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're going to pay you your consulting fee per hour. Here's all we need you to do. We just need to be able to put your name on this thing saying Greg Todd is going to be at this hotel and he's going to be presenting for 15 minutes on blah, 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 blah. And basically we know that it'll bring practice owners because you're a big name in the industry. Yep. It'll bring people there and then we can talk to them about our stuff and you can do your little 15-minute thing. I was like, okay. Like, look, like we're going to put you up in this really nice hotel. Like it's just please, we'll in and out. Okay. All right, fine. I'll do it. All right, I'll do it. So they paid me. Now, I went there. This is a Thursday. A Thursday, they flew me in, right? By the way, I got the flu right before I went. So I wasn't feeling great. And then there was a guy, his name is Jared Carter, right? Yeah. And Jared, does a lot of cash-based stuff. So Jared been wanting to interview me for his podcast for a hot minute. And I could never make it work with my schedule. And he was going to be there. And I said, all right, we're going to do it there. So when I got there and I got to the hotel, I checked in, and I was like, all right, Jared, I'll meet you at 4 p.m. to do the podcast. When I got there, they're like, you need to come down to the booth right now. I'm like, nah, you guys told me tonight. They're like, no, you're here. You're on our time. You need to come down. And at that moment, I felt, oh my gosh, I'll never have that feeling again. And you know what I had to do? I went down to the booth. I missed the podcast interview with Jared. And I realized that at that point, they had control over me. And I said, never again. That was the last day I ever did a consulting thing. Like, if you want me now, I do have a price for an hour fee. It's $10,000 an hour, but it's got to be online only.
The value.
Let's ask ourselves these tough questions, bro. How much are you bought out for?
And it's wild because when you don't ask the question, then you drift. And when you're drifting, you get snatched up by whoever has the lure, right? Whoever's out there, exactly, doing a little fishing, they got you. You're on the hook now.
Exactly. We call you catfish. That's what we call you. We see, I'm a fisherman. Okay, I'm sure you see that. I'm a fisherman. We call you we call you catfish. You are the bottom feeders. That means so catfish. When you're having a bad day out there, like the one fish you'll catch is catfish. Why?
You can always get one of them.
Chomp at everything.
Wow.
They chomp at everything. See, I don't want to be that. I want to be the higher level fish. If I'm gonna get caught, it's gonna be something good. If I'm going down, you gonna catch me. Boy, you better give me the filet mignon of the sea. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so I think a lot of people don't ask themselves these questions. How much can I be bought out for? Can I be bought out? At what cost? Da-da-da-da-da. Okay, all right, I want to make six figures. All right, I want to make six figures is $100,000 to $999,000. Be more specific. Right. What the hell do you want to make? You want to make $600,000 a year? $700,000 a year? Okay, at what cost? How much hours are you willing to invest in this? Okay, cool. All right. Well, then you start, like, it can construct your whole business totally different. Me making $1 million a year, working 90 hours a week versus making $1 million a year working 10. That's also the equivalent of me making $10 million a year and you making $1 million a year. That's 10x. So which one's more important? Is it time or money or both? Come on, man.
Man, dude. Like, honestly, I had a whole list of other questions to get to about healthcare and where's it going with the cash base. And,
we might have to do a part two. We might have to do a part two then.
Hey, man, look, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're down for a part two, you already know.
I'll do a part two. I'll do a part two.
But I want to stay where we're at just for a couple more moments. I know we're about to wrap up. But this piece of this conversation about your values, how you're doing, what you're doing with your time, and the energy that you're showing up with is just too crucial. The rest of the stuff is like, that's like the little side dishes. This is the main meat of the course, man. How you're showing up and why you're showing up and the boundaries that you're showing up with. I think it's
this is everything.
It changes
it. This is everything. And most people don't ask themselves any of these questions. And you know what's so sad? Let me tell you what's so sad.
Please.
What's so sad is this. There's a mastermind that I was a part of last year. Okay. And in order to be in this mastermind, you have to be invited. Okay, that's number one. You have to be invited by someone else in the mastermind. I know this sounds cultish, but you have to be invited and you have to make over $1 million a year. Okay. And there were some amazing names in that room. Amazing names. People that you would know, like I'm talking big people that I'm in awe of. Okay. And, it's kind of funny as you get closer to people, you start to realize, man, they struggle with all the same stuff. They struggle with the same stuff. Y'all, listen, at what cost to have a $500,000 business? Are you willing to have the cost of ruining your marriage? Right? Like
every day of the week too, man.
It happens every day of the week, you know? So, and then people get to whatever goal they have and they realize that they absolutely destroyed everything in their waking path on their way there. And then then they're really confused because they're like, dang, I hit the goal, but I destroyed everything on my way to the goal. and they feel empty. And then they feel guilty for feeling empty. Like, oh my gosh, I finally got what I want. Like, you know, and then another thing too, it's like, you know, bro, you know, and look, I don't want to get into anyone in particular, but I've just seen so many people that have hit the milestones that they want in their life. Mm-hmm. And they lost the things in their life that were actually priceless. They lost the things in their life that were priceless. You can buy a car, you can buy a home, mm-hmm. you know, they lose their relationship with their kids. Mm-hmm. They lose their health. You know, they lose their integrity. You know, they lose their marriage. And it's because they just never asked the question. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And because they never asked a question, without asking a question, you can't set the boundary, you can't set the parameter. You can't. Look, I'm not here to promote anything, but I do have this thing called the GT Planner, right? Please.
Listen. Yeah, talk about it. I mean, because look, I just want to comment on this right before you talk about that, is that we're in a unique moment with this economic space that we're in, presidential race that we're not sure what's going on yet. It's a pattern interrupt. This is a time for us to look at things differently. You know, if you were drifting, if you were going through something, you're just kind of going through life, and now you're hearing this conversation where like, hey man, I was down there just biting at anything on the ground, you know, catfishing it up. Like, look, use this moment as a pattern interrupt. So please, I would love to.
Yeah, you know, I just think, like, I want what you just hit the nail on the head. You guys, the one thing about this year, about 2020, this is when we're doing this podcast at the end of 2020. Yep. One of the things about 2020 is that if you don't use this as an opportunity to change whatever you wanted to change in your life, you're going to look back 3 to 5 years from now and be like, oh my gosh, it's like right there, I had the opportunity. Like every single business has to go digital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every business has to go digital in some form or fashion. There has never been a time like 2020 to be able to actually audit and change and actually put an audible on your career to actually make your life better, to make your lifestyle better. It's never, listen, I've been an entrepreneur for 16 and a half years. It's never been like what it is right now. Now, some people are looking and be like, oh man, the economy's bad. Let me tell you something. People are so ripe for the taking when it comes to you being able to deliver them value via the internet right now. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, one of the things that I did in 2020 was I created this planner, right? And in the planner, what it does is it's a very, very detailed, a weekly and a daily detail of what you're actually doing with your time. And I have 4 different categories of how I place my time. Okay. If you want, I'll talk about it real quick.
Please.
Right? Yeah. All right. So there's 4 different categories that you all are putting your time in every single day. All right. There's implementation, there's unification, there's communication, and there's visionary. That's it. Here's how it kind of, you know, goes down. Implementation is when you are actually doing the thing. Okay. Like, I want you to think of, you know, I live in a beach town, right? There's a lot of hotels around here. Mm-hmm. Every hotel has multiple, you know, house cleaners, okay? And they clean your room. Yep. They're extremely important, but they're doing the thing, okay? They're doing the thing. You know, my car, it needs repairing. It needs maintenance. Every car needs it. Those are called mechanics. They do the thing. That's how they earn their living. They do the thing. That, unfortunately, though, is the lowest level of value. It's just what the market, it's not that it's not important. It's extremely important. It's just that the market compensates that at the lowest level.
Yes.
By the way, a physical therapist, that's an implementer. When I am doing formal physical therapy on people, doctors, chiropractors, when you're doing the thing, that is an implementation strategy. That's what you're doing. Okay. It's not bad. Look, there's some people that get paid $200,000, $300,000 a year from doing the thing. There are some people that get paid minimum wage from doing the thing. It is still doing the thing. And your time is succinctly capped with how much you can do the thing, okay? That's level number one. I have people write down when are they doing the thing throughout their day. Number two is unification. Unification is when you are overseeing all the people that are doing the thing.
It's true.
Okay? Yeah. So on Wednesday, I had a meeting with all the project managers, that's 8 of them, that each oversee about 10 clients in my virtual staffing agency. So each project manager has 8 to 10 clients, okay? So I did a unifying meeting where I'm gonna train them on something, or I'm gonna tell them certain strategies they can do to keep the clients, et cetera, okay? That is me unifying my group. That is me telling people, like my assistant, beginning of the week on a Monday, okay, like we can meet up, we can either meet up at her office or we'll meet up at my office. All right, this is what we're gonna be doing for the week. Okay, boom, she needs to go off and go do it. Okay, that's called unification. That you get compensated at a higher level. Right. Managers, look, like people get pissed, physical therapists especially. They put articles in some of the groups. They go, the In-N-Out Burger managers get paid more money than we get as 7-year doctor of physical therapy. Yeah, because you don't understand unification is a higher level of value. Okay, that's it. If you are a manager of a physical therapy clinic, you will get paid more than a manager at an In-N-Out Burger. But if you are a manager of an In-N-Out Burger, you might get paid more than an implementer that's a physical therapist.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Those are the first two. Yes. Number 3 is communication. I want you to think of it this way. Communication is people that sell, people that are authors, people that are speakers, people that are comedians. When you are able to speak to the masses like what we're doing today, you're able to affect lots of people at one given time. That's called communication. There's an art to it. By the way, I have been a chronic stutterer my entire life.
Me too.
It is something you can get, it's something you can get better at, right?
Yeah.
You'll still hear it. If you go back and you listen to this podcast a few times, you'll hear me stuttering. But it's very, very, very subtle now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't trip me up as much as it used to be. By the way, one of the people that is potentially a president-elect has been a chronic stutterer his whole life, Joe Biden. I don't know if he's gonna win it, but like, it just shows you that you can improve at your skill of communication. People that communicate at the highest levels make millions and millions of dollars. And then the top level is visionary. Mm-hmm. Visionary is strategizing, thinking, which the world has trained us not to do, and actually envisioning new ideas and new things to be able to help people's lives be better and bring more value to people's lives. We have been trained for our entire life not to do that. Actually, the more we think and the more we communicate our ideas, usually we get ostracized.
Yep.
But I want you to understand this. I want you to think about the company Apple. Okay, think about Apple.
Yep.
Now, when I say Apple, who's the first thing that comes to mind?
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs.
iPhone.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting that you say that. I wonder why you didn't say Steve Wozniak. He created the first Apple computer. Yeah. See, Steve Wozniak was the implementer, baby.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs was the visionary.
Yeah, he's a visionary. Yeah.
I say Tesla, who comes to your mind?
Elon, all day.
Yeah. Elon. Why? Because Elon is the visionary. SpaceX, Elon. Hey, Elon didn't create no rocket. So you have to understand that people that are at the visionary level get paid the highest in the marketplace. Now, I don't make up these levels of value. They just is what they is.
Yep.
What I have decided to do and what I have learned, Joe, is I've learned that if I spend the majority of my time throughout the week working on the higher levels of value instead of the lower levels of value, I win.
Period.
That's why I can work 10 hours in a week and make over 7 figures a year. It's because the 10 hours a week that I'm working is very little implementation. I have other people to do that. Now, I had to start by implementing, but once I became aware of that, I said, okay, no. What I need to do is this worth my time? Yes, because this is a communication activity right now. Mm-hmm. This is worth an hour of my time. Okay. Is it worth my time to sit over there at my desk and just think of ways that I can help? Yes, that's worth my time, because that's worth hundreds of thousands of dollars every single time I think.
Man, dude, Greg, Todd, man, you did not disappoint, brother. I mean, seriously, man. Like, couple nuggets I grabbed. Just trying to recap a couple thoughts. One, busy is the brand new stupid. That just kind of pokes out to me. And it's like, because one of the skills these days is being able to focus. With the amount of access to tools that we have at our fingertips, dispose like easy, like one-click buttons. These used to be $1,000 projects. Trying to launch a podcast, have a straight video production crew. I mean, you're going in, tens of thousands of dollars trying to jump into the studio, book out time, have a producer there. Man, this is me doing it from my living room, you at your place. I mean, and pennies, man. I mean, it costs us time, but our time is being one to many. That's another good break point. One to many is the way to roll. And it's like doing things. I'm even thinking about doing more business meetings like this now that I'm getting people comfortable with doing more Zooms, and I don't want to travel as much, right? With everything going on, of course, but I don't feel like traveling that much period anyway, because I was traveling a lot for years. And now I'm like, man, one to many doing this, recording it, and sharing it out to the people that are going to be asking the similar questions. Because, we only get about 10, 20 different, you might get 5 really challenging questions, right, where you have to go off script. But for the most part, people are going through the same thought process over and over again. So why not systematize it? And one to many is what you kind of talked about. And I think that you're just bringing up some ways that people need to reconsider doing life, which goes way beyond the conversation I wanted to have today, but it's 10 times better, because I was thinking like, yeah, the practices are going this way. And if this bill passes, how's that going to look? And it's like, wait, before you even go there, you got to tap into how you're even seeing life. And so I got to thank you for tapping into all those things. And you have to tell people how to find you. Most people know how to find you, but I'll have the links in the actual show notes. But any, plugs or any last thoughts, please?
Yeah. I mean, in order to find me, gregtoddtv.com is my main website that you can learn more about me. Most social media channels, if you just put in whatever, Instagram.com, YouTube.com, just put in /GregToddPT, and you'll be able to find my work. I've been at this game. I'm not a one-trick pony. I've been at this for a long time. Most of the stuff I do, I just do because I just love to help. I just love to help people, man. I love to help people, but I want to honor those other things in my life. So I told my wife, I said, look, I'll be back. I'll be back by 1:30. We're going out. We're going to go to Bahama Breeze. We're going to go to the kids' favorite ice cream shop, blah, 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 blah. Look, but at the same time, I was still able to contribute, and I was able to grow today. I was able to do, work on my health. My assistant was able to help me with contributing more stuff as well. Like, look, man, you can do it all. You can, but you have to wake up every single day saying, I'm going to be an amazing steward of what God has blessed me with. And I want y'all to know, I was doing that when I could barely afford my 1-bedroom apartment. Every day I'm going to wake up and be an amazing steward. And if you prove it, he'll give you more.
The blessings.
That's it. So anyways, Greg Todd PT, Greg Todd TV. If you want access to the planner, you can go to www.thegtplanner.com. I'm telling you right now, for people that have gotten this planner, we've sold hundreds of these planners, probably over 1,000 now. And we haven't even put it on Amazon or anything like that yet. They're like, yo, this is the greatest thing. Like, my programs are anywhere between $3,000 to $30,000. They're like, this $30 plan is the best thing you've ever put out, bro. It's the best thing you ever put out, because a lot of people realize they just wasting their time away, wasting their life away. Shoot, look, hey, listen, average American, I know the podcast need to be over, but man, if I'm feeling hype, I just keep on going. Man, the average American is spending, hey, Joe, the average American is spending 2 hours and 54 minutes a day on social media. And you here you don't have no time to grow your business? You here trying to tell me you don't have any time to hire nobody? Listen, man, we spend so much time doing garbage, but we're not willing to audit it. That's like me saying, yo, man, I feel terrible. I can't fit in nothing. I can't fit in anything. All right, well, let's see if we can have a baseline. Let's go on a scale. I ain't going on no scale.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Bro, we can't even help you. We don't even know where we're starting from. You're not allowing us to take no blood pressure measurement. You're not allowing us to get you on a scale. You're not allowing us to do no blood work. Man, you don't even want to audit your life in order for you to optimize your life.
Wow. Dude, man, Greg, bro, this is heavy, man. I mean, first and foremost, I want to say thank you. Thank you for your time. I know that time is valuable. And thank you for talking about being a good steward over what you have. A lot of times we jump the gun and we want to reach for what other people have. We look at other things. I want this nice car. I want to make sure I'm making, 2 million, 20 million, and you're only at 75K. Whatever that number is, right? And it's like, instead of jumping through all these other hoops about what you want to have from other people and what's out there that you want to chase after with your 24 hours, right? Why not just maximize what you got right in front of your face? Because we all got something to work with. So why not start here and maximize that and run that real audit, man?
You know what? I have to say something about that. Please, if you're not willing to max, I'm sorry. No, listen. We'll finish this when we want to finish this. Okay. Hey, okay. I'll deal with my wife later. I'll listen, man. I'll make sure I do whatever she needs me to do. Okay. Listen, let me tell you something. If you aren't willing to be a good steward, that means it's a telltale sign to me that you're just not grateful. Like you're not even grateful. If you're not grateful, there's no way you can bring good energy. If you can't bring good energy, there's no way you're going to attract people. If you can't attract people, there's no way you're going to make any more money. Yo, come on now. I mean, I'm being serious right now, bro.
That's it, man.
If you aren't even willing to say, wow, the Lord has blessed me with a roof over my head. All right, I know my car might take 3 or 4 times to start, but you know what? It starts usually on the 4th or 5th time. I'm so grateful. I'm so thankful. Every single day you wake up in a state of gratitude. But see, if you're not even measuring what you have, you're not even managing what you have, you're not even taking stock of what has been given to you. See, one of the things I know is this. I know that everything that I have is on loan. I know that every single thing that I have is not because of me. I know that the Lord is just saying, Greg, right now, this beach home, I'm having you manage. You do not own it, son. Every single opportunity that you have, I've given you. Okay. Yes. Okay. It's on loan. I'm going to manage it in the best way that I possibly can. I'm so grateful for the fact that he gave me this on loan. Man, this is amazing. So that's how the energy is able to come out for me. I think a lot of people, they're just not grateful. Why are they not grateful? They're not grateful because they don't even measure what it is that they have. They don't even realize they're stewards. They think everything they have, they earned it. And they feel like, and I'm owed more. I need more. Well, actually, I don't own anything. And if I can't manage it, I don't need to get any more. And every single day is an audition. Let's freaking get it.
Let's get it, man. Rents due daily, man. And I got to comment on that piece, man. I feel like this is the danger. This is one of those dangerous relationships that we're getting into right now, man. I'm just claiming it because, you have energy and then it just kind of bounces back and forth. But what you're talking about is the reason why you can't scale your business is because you're in your business and you're creating these jobs because you don't want to even take an audit of what's in your life at the moment. So you don't even know what you got in your corner already. And so therefore, all you do is keep showing up and figuring out how you can put more and more time into it. And you're stuck in that same business model that you built.
Same thing over and over again.
Wish that you weren't in ever since day one.
You got it, bro.
Bro, it's crazy, bro. Man, brother, I would love to have you back. Seriously,
we'll do a part 2. We'll do a part 2
sometime soon. I'm going to have a link, put this in the actual newsletter to the actual planner. I got to give one myself so I can dive into it because I'm sure there's some gems in there for me. And it's just one of those things where I think that people need to know that, hey, you know what I'm saying? As my pops always told me, you can't ever say anybody told you about this. You might not want to move on it, and that's cool. but you can't say that nobody ever, like, you never heard it before, right? So, man, I thank you for everything that you kind of brought to the actual atmosphere today, brother. Appreciate your time.
I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you.
So what did I tell you? Greg Todd brought it, man. I really hope you guys got a ton out of that. Go check out the show notes. You can get access to his journal. You can follow up with him. And I can't wait to have him back on part 2. I'll be recording that in a couple weeks with the holidays coming up and everything. We had to bump it out. But either way, I didn't want to hesitate and get this episode out. So you can follow him. Show notes below. Check out everything that we have going on. You can go to my personal page at joealexlemon.work. Need podcasting help, you need some good media companies to help kind of back you. I'm linked in with these guys, man. Shout out to my guys over at Good News Radio Station. They've been really instrumental with helping that piece of the puzzle out for all my doctors or people that's trying to, crank up the content, man. With that said, until next time, you guys be phenomenal. I look forward to keep bringing more heat.